Not all forms of snobbery is a bad thing. In fact, there's one particular form of it that could actually save your life and inspire others to save their life too. So let me explain. I'm going to use two examples. The first example is going to be food. Me personally, I consider myself a food snob. And you might be like, oh, I don't want to be one of those snobbery kind of people. And yes, you do want to be a food snob. Let me tell you why. Because if you're a food snob, you're going to care about what you put into your body. You're going to make informed decisions instead of just going along with whatever you've been programmed to be an obedient food consumer of whatever that's going to make drug companies and these other companies lots of money, making very evil, crooked, corrupt people rich at the expense of yourself so they can have more and you can have less. So pay attention to what you eat. And instead of the double fried, greasy, double wide, no thank you. I'm going to have my immune boosting food, my anti-inflammatory food, my whole food, plant-based, all natural, organic, GMO-free food. Why? Because I'm going to feel better, I'm going to be better, I'm going to live better, I'm going to be a better whatever I need to be. I'm going to have clean arteries, a healthy heart, and I'm not going to be a sucker for the drug companies and people that make their living and their extreme riches at the sheer willful ignorance of their consumers. I'm not going to be that person. I'm not any better than anybody else. However, my actions, I believe, are far better than the actions of most people. You're better than a deep-fried, double-wide, greasy whatever. You're better than that behavior. You're not better than the people who engage in that behavior. You're just better than that behavior, and it's worth it. Another example is going to be, oh, by the way, when you become a food snobby, an extra added benefit is that you get to elevate your taste buds, your senses. You actually get to enjoy food more, not less. It's a common misconception. You get to enjoy food more, not less. Okay, so the other example, money. I'm kind of a money snob too. Why? Well, think about it. Did you know that if you have more money, you can give more? Did you know that there's going to be thousands, tens of thousands of people that are going to die this year because they don't have freaking food and healthy drinking water? Can you believe that crap? Did you know that money could save their lives by getting them those things that they need? Did you know that? Yeah, absolutely it can. Did you know that there's certain kinds of income types that most people have no clue about? There's, ordinary earned income or job money that absolutely enslaves all of its people to the dollar. And then there's the opposite of that nonsense. It's called passive and residual money, and that can release somebody entirely from being attached to money so that somebody could live free and in real security and provide real stability for their family and nourishment and not rip themselves off every day by working out of a neediness for a paycheck from a job. Did you know those income types exist? I do. I learned about it. I became an absolute money snob. I'm better than job money. You're better than job money. You're better than that. You're not better than the people that work for it. There's a difference between being a snob when it comes to dealings with people and a snob based on your behavior. Call it a behavioral snob. That's a great way to, it can save your life. It can inspire people to save their lives. Not all money is created equal. Not all food is created equal. Not all habits are created equal. People are created equal. And people can consciously decide to be conscious thinking people that taps into their free thinking critical faculties, or people can make no decision at all, and which in effect you've decided to live your life by default. And when you live your life by default, not consciously thinking about the food you're eating, the consequences or the results, money, if you have a negative or positive energy that you hold towards money, when you're not thinking about those things, you live by default. When you live by default, then you're constantly being pushed around, tossed around like a rag doll by your circumstances, by outside forces you have no control over. So you don't really have any control over your life. You're constantly being pushed around and you feel it every day. I know, because you all bitch about it all the time. But at the same time, you're not becoming consciously aware of your behaviors and becoming a food snob and a money snob so that you can correct those behaviors and find better ways. So those are just a couple of examples. I hope that expands how you think about snobbery and how there's different kinds of it, and some of it is actually very useful. It can actually be a mechanism to save your life and inspire others to save theirs too. So be a food snob. be a money snob. Go for the better foods, the better monies, and know why you're doing it. And start becoming a more free-thinking, critical thinking human being. And never become a people snob in the process. Let everyone know. I'm letting you know. You're better than those behaviors that maybe you've been engaging in up to now. You're better than that. So make the decision, draw a line in the sand, and decide that life is worth it. Life is worth being a food snob and a money snob. If you've enjoyed this, please share this video. It's quite contrarian thinking to mainstream ideas, so share this video. And I've also got a website, lots of content. If you dig this video, you'll probably like a lot of stuff I create. It's fireyourboss.xyz, not .com. Don't go there, you'll screw it all up. It's a .xyz website, fireyourboss.xyz. Thousands of pieces of content, all to do with health, healing, happiness, and freedom, and financial freedom, and how the real rich people of the world, they know that they need to be financially free to have their time freedom, because that's how they're measuring their wealth, is by their time, not their money. But they're enlightened enough to make the connection, connecting the dots between being financially free and different income types, because not all money is created equal, and being free so they have the freedom of time, and consciously thinking about what they put into their mouth and what they put into their brain, and how they deal with stress or just don't have any stress, and how they enhance their personal life and they don't trash it for the sake of becoming successful, because that's not success. All right, fireyourboss.xyz. Share this and become a snob with your behaviors, a behavioral snob, specifically food and money, but never against people. Next video coming very soon. Thanks, everyone.